We are going to also reach out to the municipalities to let them know of the study and let them know the results from the study. But again, at the end of the day, as you have both eloquently mentioned, this was a study that was performed by PERF, the Police Executive Research Forum, based out of Washington, D.C., with a lot of years of experience. They were police officers themselves. They did several studies in the state of Pennsylvania and around the United States. So they're the best of the best at what they do. We stand by their numbers, but it's going to take a lot to digest the amount of information that was out there. And thanks to the two of you, the Chiefs of Police Association and the District Attorney, for getting in front of this, because years ago this was looked at. Many people don't know it, but not everybody was on the same page to even have an opportunity to look at the numbers, to provide the information to the public and to the elected officials and to the police departments. That was able to be accomplished this time, and was due to the leadership of two individuals sitting right in front of us and District Attorney Marsico for bringing this to our attention. We were glad to support it, but again, at the end of the day, the numbers have been provided. We'll continue to get them out there as the final details come in, but it is up to the local elected officials throughout the county to determine what their next steps will be. We've said since day one, this is not an issue we're going to force on anybody, but the cost savings are there. And if the police response time, if the amount of policing stays the same or improves, then it's something that everybody has to take a real hard look at.
Commissioner Hartwick, just a quick suggestion. First of all, thank you both for your leadership and putting this in the right framework. And thank you, Commissioner Pries and District Attorney Marsico, for taking on a challenge that, quite frankly, could lead to significant improvements in at least the dialogue, not only about municipal police consolidation, but the ability to look at more efficient ways to do government generally. I think one of the things that this board has exercised is leadership, as you talked about, and the ability for us to take one step forward and potentially facilitate meetings with elected officials. I mean, the idea of putting information out there is one thing, but actually pulling and giving an opportunity for elected officials to come into a room that may be even regionally based with local law enforcement, the ability to take a look at the PERF report, maybe provide a summary of some of the information that has been provided, and then the potential of saying next steps and dialogue with those regional areas that, you know, again, as you stated, and we've been clear, it's up to the municipalities to determine this, but for us to set up a forum and an opportunity for next steps, I think would be a really good step based upon the momentum that's been built. The idea of significant cost savings, you know, we've got municipal elections coming up, the idea of how we get local leaders to understand and digest what the potential savings may be, and then facilitate discussions between those interested municipalities may be a good next step for us, at least, to facilitate something like that.
And irregardless of what it looks like in the future, I got to give kudos to Soterra Township and Paxtang for taking the ball and running with it in January of this year and